You know, people view unconditional love as something that they demand from others. Unconditional love, the way I see it, is something that you give with no expectations of in return. So, for example, you love someone, they don't want to be with you, and because they don't want to be with you, if you truly love them, you may not like it, you may be hurt, but you still want what's best for them. You want them to be happy. That's what unconditional love is. It's not, if you love me, you would stay, you would be with me. That's manipulation. That's the attempt to control. That's not unconditional love. Unconditional love, if you have to tell somebody to love you unconditionally, you're trying to manipulate them, because it has nothing to do with anything or anybody outside of our individual selves. It's what we give, it's what we do, not what we demand from others. Unconditional love is to leave people alone and let them be who they are. And if who they are creates a problem for you, then you know to align yourself someplace else. Not try to control them into being what you want them to be. That's unconditional love. Leave people alone and let them live their life the way they choose to live their life. If it turns out to not be good for them, that they'll have to learn that lesson. But it's not for you or me or anybody else to try to change somebody into what we think they should be, because we think they should be it for whatever the reason. That's what unconditional love is. Not if you love me, you with this or you with that. Nor is unconditional love, if you love me, you would let me abuse you. You're not gonna abuse me. If you abuse the brand new refrigerator, and you try to contact the store or the manufacturer and say, the refrigerator that I just took a hammer to went out, they're gonna tell you that you abused it. You voided the warranty. You don't get another refrigerator. So how is it that the refrigerator comes with conditions, but then you don't come with conditions? We call them boundaries in human form. Okay. In appliances, they're called warranties. Okay. But it's boundaries. So people think they like to convince themselves that unconditional love means that a person, to prove their love for them, they don't have any boundaries. They just let you treat them any kind of way you want. No, unconditional love means I'm not going to let you treat me the way you want to treat me. Unconditional love means that I'm going to do what I need to do for me. If that means get rid of you, ain't got nothing to do with you. It has to do with you, me, and you individually in first person singular. So if you're trying to prove your love to somebody, or somebody requires you to prove their love to them because you won't let them mistreat you, talk down to you, abuse you, verbally abuse you, physically abuse you, sexually abuse you, any kind of abuse, it's because you're not living unconditional love for yourself. Because unconditional love, don't let anybody abuse them. It never leaves first person singular. It's not something you demand. It's something that you do. That's how I see it. Because there's no way anybody will ever convince me that loving somebody means to let them mistreat you. No, absolutely not. So if loving somebody means to let them mistreat you, where does loving yourself come in? How is that? How did you love yourself? If loving yourself means to not let somebody mistreat you, and loving somebody else means to let them mistreat you, how do you merge those two uh, together? How do you come to terms with that? Who wins? Huh? Who wins under those conditions? It should be you, since you're the one that determines how you get treated. It should be you. So yeah, this whole misnomer of if you love me, you with this or you with that, just don't love them. Love yourself. Let them be busy loving them, because their love is too high, price too high. To thy own self be true. And if they were being true to themselves, they wouldn't require that of you. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do if you like the content. And thank you for sharing if you have done that. All right. Bye-bye.